Manifestation is a joke. Magnetism is everything. Let's soak it up. Tesla said it best. If you want to know the secrets of the universe, think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration. Everything is energy, and energy holds a vibrational frequency that we can connect with and magnetize and actually work with. This is visible in sound waves, how faster sound creates a different frequency than slower ones. Higher pitches create a faster, tight frequency or wavelength, while lower vibrations create a deep pitch. They're slow and drawn out, and this is exactly the same with everything in our world on an energetic level. So when you're connecting to a higher vibration or a higher frequency, manifestation is easy, and it's not just this pipe dream that everyone thinks they know about and tries to create. A lot of the time, we are manifesting and visualizing and creating things that we don't even connect to or relate with. And so how can that be a reflection in our surroundings if we can't even fully connect to it? You can think about it and visualize and act on what you are told to do, but things like that never actually comes into fruition. I know there have been so many times in my life where I have visualized and tried to manifest, and keyword tried because there was little glimpses, but never what I truly was manifesting. Do you know what I mean? And that's where I have a secret. You can magnetize the energy of the universe and the energy that you are manifesting and that identity, but the real magic is connecting into your divine frequency. The frequency you were born with, you came here with. The frequency they've stolen from you and they have taken since the very beginning of your existence that you didn't even realize you're getting taken from you because you were experiencing it in a place where you don't remember it when you're older. Like when we're a kid, we're so creative and we're visionaries and imaginative. That's the divine frequency that we are connected to, that we're supposed to be connected to, that gets broken from us. And we all talk about that inner child and that's being caged up and blocked away. They do that on purpose. They know what they're doing, and it's to distract and block you from who you really are. And once you feel that divine frequency, the frequency of your entire existence, of who you really are, you can never turn back. It is so magical and feels so amazing. It truly is that feeling that I had been searching for so long, that I knew was there. I just didn't know how to tap into it. Because again, they didn't tell me that. Everyone told you manifestation. Do this, manifestation. It's so wonderful. But the manifestation isn't the big part of it all. The manifestation is just the reflection that is shown once you did the work, once you connected in, and once you were tapped in. Once you can connect to your divine frequency, which don't worry, we're going to talk about it soon. I'm going to get there, but I just want to start small. Start with little building blocks, then we can get deeper. We have to build that solid foundation before we can build the house, before we can paint the walls and do the trim and put on the cute door. Start small. Connect with the identity of that manifestation. Connect with that person now, not tomorrow, not when you feel comfortable, not when it feels like it's the right time. Start right now. Right now is the right time. You wouldn't be here. You wouldn't be watching this if you weren't ready. You are. You're connecting to something so much greater than you could even imagine. Start asking yourself the small questions. How does this identity show up? Who are they? What do they enjoy? What do they do on a daily basis? Even when it's hard, even when things feel stagnant, what is that identity doing right now in that moment? They're sticking to their guns, they're holding strong, they're doing everything that they know they should be to be able to be in alignment. And that alignment feels so good to them that they are always in tune. And when they feel like they're dipping out, they know they're in tune. That is you. You can feel that. Again, it's all about now. Feel that now. So, what does that dream life look like to you? What does that person wear? What do they eat? How do they show up in the world? How do they let people treat them? Or more importantly, how do they treat themselves? That could be the biggest question you should be asking yourself, honestly. It was the biggest one I had to sit and grapple with myself. And what fulfills them? What fulfills this new identity and brings them joy, brings them satisfaction? I feel like there's probably a few things in your life now that does not equate with that satisfaction and fulfillment. And that is where you can start small and try and connect to those little things and go deep into those things, those emotions, feel them, let them go, release them, and that new identity can take form. It's sometimes the blockages of energy flow that makes us magnetic to things that we don't want to attract. That's how the rich stay rich. They know that energy and that money will flow to them. It might flow through and come back and flow away again. They know it's meant for them. They're in alignment with it. They're magnetic to it. And they don't have to worry. They don't have lack. They don't have any kind of issue with feeling like they are not going to be able to excel when it comes to that. No matter the fault, they have their back and they will succeed. Do you feel that way about you? Let's start feeling that way about yourself. It's daunting because, of course, when people have a buttload of money in the bank, why would they be stressing? Why would they worry? But that's again why it's about showing up and being that identity right now. You can feel that same way. You don't have to have lack. You're not unworthy. You deserve this just like they do, if not more, because you're real, you're authentic, you're deserving. And that's number one. You are deserving of this. And once you can wrap your mind and your whole energetic field around that, it's a different ballgame, completely, 100%. It'll be like connecting the dots that you didn't even know were dots to begin with. Especially when it comes to money. Money is just a representation. It's a reflection of the work that you've done and the person that you are, who you are in this now moment. We've just given value to money. It's a piece of paper. It's an object. It's just energy. That's all it is. It's energy that we have given so much value and purpose to. So when you can release and not be so dependent on that energy, not that we don't have it in our world and we use it and take advantage of that, that's okay. But having it being need or having the feeling of if you don't have it, what will I do? How will I survive? Get that out of your aura. Get that out of your energy. You don't need that. That is what is holding you back. That is lack. That is undeserving, unworthy. You don't need it and it's bogging you down. A couple of ways to start small on different ways of manifesting or magnetizing is little things that I've learned along the way. Making your bed. I know it's silly, it's small, but even making your bed in the morning is putting your energy into a certain flow for the rest of your day. It is like telling the universe, I'm ready to roll and I show up for myself in this moment, this morning, and I will do it all day long. And a lot of times there are certain days that I want to rest and recharge, which is so important too. Think of it this way. When you go to the gym, you're working your muscles and you're building your strength, right? But you're actually breaking down muscle tissue. It's when you rest that it strengthens and rebuilds. So those rest days, don't make the bed. That's a way to tell the world that you don't want to be going all day. That this is a day of rest, of recharge, of recalibration. So on days where you want to push that momentum, making your bed is such an easy, small technique. And I am a huge advocate of that because of the drastic difference it will affect your energy. I promise. Another great way is making a great meal for yourself. We go out and go to fast food or restaurants, and it's easy, it's quick. I get it. I've been there too. I understand. But me living in a place where that wasn't an option forced me to start making my own meals and putting energy into my food. And I'll tell you what, it's magical. That magnification is insane because you are, again, just like making your bed, you're putting so much energy and love and attention into your food, but into you. And that's the whole change. That's what's affecting everything. Are you putting energy into yourself, or are you putting energy into the world around you to feel safe and secure? Because in a world that is so crazy, we can get pushed into that. And that's why they have all of this chaos around us, so that we are getting pushed out of ourselves and out of that magnetism and out of focusing on the one-on-one within our own true self to the one-on-two and that whole outer reflection, which again, it's just a reflection. Look at it, understand it, connect with it, and then see how you can change your inner surroundings and your internal to have that reflect a whole different world. And that's how we create our heaven on earth. That's the start right there. A fun one I did recently is there was this clothing brand that I had been looking at. A girlfriend talked to me about it, and she told me how amazing their sweats are. I just wanted to take them from her because they looked so cozy and wonderful. But I told myself, no, I don't need that. I don't need to spend the money on sweats for hanging around my house. But I went and did a little digging. Doesn't have to be crazy expensive, because I get it. We don't want to start things crazy from the get-go. I went and did some digging, found some deals, and I got these sweats for even cheaper than the sweatshirt that I've bought at Walmart, which we all know the frequency of those kinds of places are not the frequency that you want to connect with either. So keep that in mind. But this brand, they're called Comfort. And when I got them, I felt so luxurious. I felt so elevated. I felt magnetic in a way that I hadn't before. So even just having things around you and your surroundings can make a huge difference too, even though it doesn't seem like much. Just that connection with having that and saying, you know what, I do choose myself. I am going to get that thing because it's meant for me. And I did. And you know what? I'm not struggling on it either. It was wonderful and I embrace it and I love those dang sweats. Now, the last part is that when things start to dip, the dip is always so intimidating because it's that stop or that stagnancy in the flow when you're finally seeing things shift. That's the best part. That is the part that is telling you, I want to see if you're ready. When you tell the universe, no matter the dip, no matter the struggle, I'm powering through, everything will change. You just have to pull through that dip. Anyone who's gone through it will tell you the same. Stick with it. Show up for yourself. You can do the hard things. I love you.